So today we're gonna deal with this thing. I started it, what was the first date on here? November 12th. I've had one harvest of lettuce and I'll probably harvest the rest of this, but these are not growing and I don't understand why. Maybe the seeds, maybe, I don't know. Something is not working with this front row and I'm gonna take it apart and clean it really good and maybe I'll try and restart it again. So today, I want to show you all real close up here. Like, see, they are getting wet, but there's a lot of algae in there. There is roots, but like these seeds didn't even germinate. I don't know. Is it the seeds? Not sure. But let's get this taken apart. Here is my other harvest. Ta-da! That basil smells good. Alright, so we're gonna take these out and wash them. That is a little seed thing in it. I'm also curious if it has something to do with the light. Like, look, that germinated. It's got a seed growing, but like this one's got one. It's got a little. Oh, we're gonna take these out too, though. Look at that. Oh my God. I don't know if I can take that one out this way. Yowza. Stuff cleaned. Alright, so peel these guys off. And then let's take this off and see what we're looking at here. Whoa. That just dumped butter all on the floor. This is what I want to make sure this is all cleaned out. Yeah, so this is what I want to check. Make sure, like, everything was flowing when it was plugged in. I don't know. I'm gonna just pull these out, the roots, as clean as I can. I'm probably gonna run these guys through the dishwasher, because why not? Alright, make sure I get it. First, we're going to clean this guy. So even though I cleaned it with soap and water, it still's got algae and gunk on it. So I have some isopropyl alcohol, some Q-tips. I wanted peroxide, but I can't find that right now. So I'm going to put a little bit of this in here and just try and wipe off some of this funk. I looked up some reasons why it could not be, seeds could not be germinating in here. The top reason, like the first one I'm going to mention, is the type of seeds. So some seeds have like a harder husk or a shell than others, and so they need help. And I did read about using not alcohol, but peroxide to kind of add a little bit of that to the water when you get them to sprout in some like paper towels, and that would help them sprout. Or you could even, especially pre-sprout them in the paper towels. Some seeds like nasturtiums that have like the really hard outside husk, you can even like scrape them on like a cheese grater or like just like cut them with a little bit of a knife or something like that to give them a little boost. But I'm not doing anything with super hard seed husks in here. I'm only doing basil and lettuce, and that should work. So I can get some of them out on this. I got a wet paper towel here, and I'm gonna get some of them out on there just to kind of pre-wet them, because that is the second thing, is too much water or too little water. So I think with this hydro garden setup, it should give them the perfect amount of water. The other ones are sprouting fine. So unless there's like a clog in my system here, which I'm hoping to be able to like clear out with my little cleaning here, it shouldn't be getting too little water, and it should be getting just the right amount. The next thing though is if I have them in these coffee filters too deep, they might not be getting enough oxygen, and they need that to germinate also. So what I want to do is really be what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional about where and how I put the seed in the coffee filter, because that's what I'm using again, because I don't have any more of the sponges. How I get it in the coffee filter, in the basket, so it will get enough air so it can germinate the right way. So that's the next thing, because if it's too deep in the soil, it won't germinate. If it's too deep covered in plastic, it might not germinate. The next thing is temperature. It's actually a really perfect temperature that you need as well, and I'm inside. It's not too hot in here. Maybe it got a little chilly, but I don't think, like, that's why is half my tray germinating and the other half not? Is the light closer? But it's not, they're LED lights. They're not providing heat. So maybe because that front row, it's more drafty there, they're cooler. But I don't know about that. I'm not going to worry about that, the temperature wise. I'm going to worry about how deep I'm getting the seeds wrapped in. And the next thing is seed storage and seed age. So some of my seeds are pretty old, like maybe 2 or 3 years. You know, some of them have been stored like this, which is fine. They're dry. They haven't been in the light. So this should be fine, but this has a sell-by date of 21 on it. So these might be probably not the best seeds for me to use. Lettuce, let's see, we just hit 2025. These are 2021. So maybe they're too old. So we're not going to use these. I have some fresh, brand new seeds. My mom just gave me a new pack of basil here. And then some of these were newer. The ones that I thought I used, let's see, 2023, 2022. This one, 2024. They're sell-by, so they should be all right. So I just gave this a good cleanup. The next thing I'm going to do is pick out some of the seeds to just get pre-wet on this paper towel. The ones that I'm going to use, I used the alcohol to clean off this. I have a little bit, and add a little bit more water to this. Let's see. So I'm going to start with this prize head lettuce, which is what I did before. This is what worked really well. That like reddish brownish. So I'm going to take some of these out and just get them laid out on this paper towel while I'm getting the other things cut, so that some have time to just start getting wet. I need some tweezers here, because these are really hard to see on this. I think that's plenty. So these are the prize head lettuce. Just to like give them a little pre-wet down. They'll stick better on the coffee filters in the spot I want them to stick, I think. So, prize head lettuce, and then I want to do this new basil for my mom, Genovese. Put a couple of those out. Probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are like little black seeds. They're easier to see on this white paper towel. Just getting them a little damp. Like, hey buddies, time to start doing your job and sprouting. And I want to do some parsley. This is Italian parsley. And this is from 2023, so it's a little bit older, but should be good to go, y'all. I got my funky coffee filters I'm never going to use because they're not the right size. So I'm going to cut off the funky edge. I wonder if I like do the crumple them first, because these are really straight and flat. Might give more of the seeds or like a spot to perch. Once I do get them in here, because I'm going to have to crumple it, put it in the basket, and cut off that extra because I don't want it sticking out the top. So like crumpling it will help give it more little areas for the seed to perch once we get it in and it's wet and everything. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do all these baskets, prep them all up, crumple them, cut them, get them stuck in here. Then we're going to pre-wet everything, fill this up. Then I'm going to very slowly and carefully put the seeds in with probably some tweezers. So I'll come back to you once I get all that prepped. Alright, so let's get this tray in here. So these can start soaking up some water. Plugged in yet because this isn't its final resting place, but it's where we're gonna be. I still have two that aren't missing one, but we're gonna go with it. Alright, so getting these to start soaking up that water that's below. They're already feeling a little damp. And then I have them soaking here on that wet paper towel to get wet. I have the lettuce, the basil, and the other lettuce. And I'm going to use these little tweezers. I think these came with my flower press kit, so you can pull them off carefully. But I'm going to use these to place the seeds in the coffee filter so they won't go down too deep. Because that's what I was doing before, was kind of rolling them in, and I think they were too deep down in the coffee filter to start germinating. Also, this front row that like just hasn't germinated anything for me, I'm going to start with those lettuce that did germinate on the back row, because that means those seeds were the best. So we're going to start with those, then I might do my basil, which are newer, and then I'll do the other older lettuce in the back row, which has germinated the best. I don't know also if it could do with where the lights are on here, or like it's warmer closer to where the pump motor is. I don't know. But like I said, I'm going to start with these lettuce ones, getting them in this front where it's harder to germinate. And this is working out good for me. I'm going to put like 2 in each. Because the seed is wet and the coffee filter is wet, they're not falling down in there. Perfect. That's what I was kind of going for. Perfect. The wetness of the seed and the wetness of the coffee filter. Alright, now we're going to do the basil ones, and there are these little black seeds on here. They're like smaller, but you can see them. You can see where I got them. It's harder to see these. But they're right like up on the top edge, so they should be able to get oxygen and water. So now I'm gonna move this over and get it plugged in, and we will see how it does. And then the next thing we're gonna do in this video, one more, is start this organic mushroom mini grow kit, which should be super easy. It says open the panels, soak kit overnight, add water daily. So we're gonna open this and get it started to soak and see what we can do. Get some mushrooms. So let me get this guy moved. Make sure these are all seated. And I'm gonna lower that down. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do today on my little grow fest with redoing my hydroponics garden is I got this organic mushroom mini grow kit I ordered for myself for Christmas to try out. So it's oyster mushrooms and share a pic and we'll donate a kit. I'll definitely have to tag hashtag grow one give one. But this says everything included. It just says open grow panel, soak kit overnight, add water daily, harvest and enjoy in just 10 days. So by the time I post this video, it'll probably be about 8 days from now. So you'll at least in this video be able to see what 8 days worth of growth looks like. So first I'm going to cut this back piece off. Like cutting into the so that's what that looks like. Plastic. Open grow panels, soak kit overnight. I open the grow panel. Does that mean I need to cut into? Let's see. Remove the perforated panel and cut an X into the substrate bag. Don't cut off the flaps, they help keep in the humidity. Oh. Maybe the flaps of the bag. Lift the plastic flaps and lightly scratch away some of the white layer of the soil, the mushroom mycelium, with a fork to stimulate mushroom growth. Then remove the bag from its box and soak it in water with the X side down for 6 to 10 hours to increase the moisture in the soil. The bag will float, and don't worry if some of the soil falls out. Pat the outside of the bag dry and insert back into the box with the X facing up. Place the bag horizontally in a spot that gets direct sunlight. So we'll be placing it like this and lifting the flaps. Add water per day until baby mushrooms appear. This is called pinning. If your mushrooms start pinning, they'll nearly double in size every day. Stop watering and place the box upright. Okay, so we start like this till we start seeing them pin. Then we put it upright and add water. They begin to dry out. Okay, I think this has really started to hit the baby mushroom stride, so I'm going to tilt this up so they start kind of growing in this direction. These guys grow. Holy cow. Baby mushrooms. They're sitting here. Window here. Still look pretty damp. I'm gonna go get my spray bottle and spray them. Alright, here's the update on the seeds here. As you can see, there's a couple little spots where there's a green sprout. Like here, one is sprouting. Let's see that? And here, and that's the front row where I use those good seeds. Then looks like basil, that just takes a longer time. I'll have to look at the germination time on that. And then back in this back row, it looks like I don't have any sprouting yet, so maybe those seeds are bad. I don't know, these are damp. So, there we go.